The other use of Oxford Street is it's the main thoroughfare from the city to world-famous Bondi Beach. So people from outside of the eastern suburbs will have even more trouble getting to Bondi after work on a hot day, and we thought going to the beach was a birthright of being Australian. It's going to stop people going to the beach.
I'll tell you what's interesting as well is that Westfield Shopping Centre can have great sway in this community. We won't go into why, but it's interesting that for some reason Mr. Lowry's friends went down the street talking to all the Paddington shopkeepers, getting them to move to Westfield. And I note that there's a cycleway between Rose Bay and Double Bay, but it doesn't go through Rose Bay shops. It stops beforehand, because I don't think Woollahra Council would be game to do this in Double Bay, which they see as their heartland. One of the troubles with Paddington, it's borders two, it's on the two council boundaries go right down the middle of it. So there's Woollahra Council on half of the street, and the other half of the street is City of Sydney. So it's like a place without a voice, a split voice. And unfortunately, recently they tried to put a fence down the middle to stop people crossing the road. Now, that caused a huge storm, and we got that changed. But it's just like, I don't know why it attracts so much attention, often for the wrong reasons. But anyway. Yeah,
and just finally, do you think this is, I mean, we talked about 15-minute cities, but just finally and very quickly, do you think this is a Trojan horse for the 15-minute city idea?
Well, I guess, I'm not a conspiratorialist I think often, rather than I think it's more people with certain views in certain bureaucracies get ideas, and then they get the chance to put them into practice, unless some more sensible people come along and say, hey, great idea, but in the wrong place. And I think this is a case of great idea, but in the wrong place, not practical.
Or the residents rise up and say, thanks, but no thanks. Anyway, Peter.
Well, exactly. People are losing bus stops. They're getting rid of bus stops. They want to have public transport. They're taking 3 or 4 bus stops away. The church won't be able to have weddings and funerals. Cockamamie, I think, is a good description of this, but I just can't believe it's got this far, that they've been spending good taxpayers' money on plans.
Indeed. Well, Peter, we'll keep an eye on this, not only on behalf of the people of Paddington, but for everyone in Australia, because this is going to happen everywhere. The signs are very clear. Peter White, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
That's Peter White, who owns a shop on Oxford Street, Paddington in Sydney, and is facing the sort of heavy-handed town planning idealism that all of us will eventually face.